Good afternoon, Andy and Amanda. How are you this evening?
Yeah, excellent. Nice mellow Monday, Amanda, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got an interesting week, to be honest with you, so that's why. So I've got a few bits to talk about tonight. So, Amanda, what news have you got first of all, then?
I've had my first vaccine.
Oh, wow. Well done. Congratulations. Good. How was it?
I had really bad flu-like symptoms over the weekend, but I'm much better now, and I'm glad I've had it done.
Yeah, it shows honest to God, people, whether you believe in it or not. And I found out one today that somebody I know that's a turned down 3 letters for it, apparently, as we know. So, but yeah, like it was honest to God, when Amanda had it on Friday, she came home and you had a massive smile on your face, didn't you?
Yeah, and about 5 hours later, I was like more tired than I've ever been, and I just had to go to bed. I was like, all the energy was like drained out of me. And I went for a walk Saturday, and I came back and I was tired again. I had a massive headache. I just felt awful. And then I was a bit better Sunday, but still.
Not great, were you? So,
yeah. But I'm much better now, though.
Yeah, so that's it. Interesting. I'm glad she's had it. Pardon me. So, yeah, what have you been up to, Colleen? I've got a bit of news, but I'll come on to that in a minute.
Oh, good. So, I got this. I'm waiting for the country show to get back to me about with the setup of the performing poetry act, and then I've got this reconvene 2021 for content media creators, event creators, because I am an event creator, and that's in May, latter end of May. I think that was organised by The Guardian, but they haven't. When you look at the events page, it doesn't say their name, but it is usually the only ones I connect with through the events scene is The Guardian and the choir, the Pegasus Opera Company. So I know it's not the Pegasus Opera that's given me the invite to this event creators workshop or meeting. It's The Guardian, I think.
Oh, good stuff, Colin. Good stuff. A bit of news I've got is we've just had we've got a fairly busy next month, one weekend, haven't we? Because like obviously Amanda's had a first vaccine now. We're going to go meet up with my full family on Friday. Obviously, social distance, doing everything correctly. But then, next month, we're going to go and meet up with your family member, aren't we?
Go for a meal on my mum's birthday because the restaurant's open for indoor eating just before their birthday.
So we've got that, and then after we get back on that's on the Friday.
Say hello to your parents for me because they probably have forgotten me, but I normally say.
Colleen, my mum remembers you. She does. My mum's got a memory like an elephant.
Because I remember when you used to be at her home and you'd say, "Oh, wait a minute, let me just go into another room because I'm recording now." And it wasn't that good, that recording, unfortunately, because all the content was really good. It was just not the right platform for us, I don't think.
Yeah, and I remember saying, you live and you learn. To be honest with you, Colleen, and this is something for everybody to bear in mind, I've actually been reviewing I've got recordings of several of the old sessions I did with you, Colleen, and they're not as good as what they are now, but you've got to look at, because I'm doing a massive archive page at the moment, a lot of my old poetry stuff like bits and pieces, and the quality you're talking about is 2007, 2008, 2009. The technology, it just wasn't what it was back then. That's the big difference with it, Colleen, and it's to be honest with you, for its time, it's quite listenable. I think it generally do. I've been listening to what's his name now? An American poet. I did 2 sessions with you, and I'll tell you who it was. I forgot his name. And you'll know it then. We were talking about him on WhatsApp the other day. His name was Justin Blackman.
Yeah, he went on to do some performing poetry or some kind of collab with the political editor that I interviewed. So it turned out really well for them. Yeah.
Oh, good. Good. No, there's the two sessions I heard. I was on two of them with him, and also his editor William Kern, was it? Am I correct? Yeah, that was a good session as well. I've got about a dozen of them, so archived in very bits and pieces. I'm just making them all, putting them all on a secure site to make sure I don't lose things. I've listened back to them, and it's interesting, man. I'll tell you this, because when I first met Colleen, then you listen to your voices, then I think your voices get deeper the older you get. Sometimes your voice clean in that session is is a notch higher than it is now.
It was a lot higher, did you say?
Yeah, your voice is a lot higher. Would you believe that? Yeah.
No, it's the I'm telling you, it's the audio on the program, because I still sound the same as I did that time. Maybe not the same, but quite the same. It was the audio. It was making me sound different. I don't know. I haven't got a clue.
No, it doesn't take. To be honest with you, it doesn't take anything away from it. So it's still good fun playing them back. It was. You think really? Because that was what 13 years ago or 14 years ago. If
you listen to AJ Lewis's interview, because I've got that interview, and he's got it on his MySpace page still. He's still on.
Wow.
Wow. If you listen to it, it sounds just like how I sound now. It's the audio, and that's what I was saying, that I don't mind my voice sounding high, but I just wanted the whole interview to sound standard, like it wasn't chipping in and out.
People always, it's a good tip for people, man. That's what problem. When Clean first did their first podcast, I remember this because she had a lot of trouble. So you find nowadays everything is like a lot easier. People wonder we do ours on Zoom, and we just upload it straight after, and it's so much easier. The quality is so much better. But you think, like, Colleen, when we first started doing this series again, the three of us were doing it on Skype, weren't we? And the quality was nowhere near as good.
Skype, I think, has always been like that. I think that's probably what it was then. The Skype connection with that internet radio website wasn't right.
Yeah, it's a long time ago, and technology has improved a lot. Certainly in that case. You think really, some of the parry thing, hey, I'd heard of Zoom just over a year ago. Do you remember?
Yeah, I did an interview on it once.
Yeah, both knew. Had you used Zoom before this, Colleen, before the lockdown?
No, I only heard of it. Do you remember I was saying that one of the directors of the radio station said he was going to have a Zoom meeting with us? So I was saying to you, Andy, I haven't used Zoom, but I'll let you know how it goes, because I want to speak to you on Zoom, because I'm not sure how this works. So what happened was, when I got there on the Zoom meeting, I was there for like 15 minutes early, and I saw him, and then I saw two others, and I thought, why is it not starting yet? And the hour went by. I still was there, but I couldn't hear a sound. So then I sent an email afterwards to the director to say, I was there at the Zoom meeting, but I couldn't hear a word you were saying. He said he tried talking to me, but he couldn't hear me. So then I remember saying, I'll get on to Andy, who knows Zoom, and I'll try and connect with you then. And we did connect properly. So I knew that maybe there was a connection not quite right there at the time.
I think
that's how I got to do.
Zoom's an interesting one, really, because four of us who started talking to you last year, because that was clean. I remember the first time, remember, man, we did Speak Easy, our open mic night on Zoom, first one.
Yeah.
We had literally clean. We've probably had about 50 people in there, and there was another 30, at least 30 trying to get on, weren't they? Yeah. And it crashed out. They couldn't get in. Because I think
they made a lot of changes since then, haven't they?
Yeah, I think what they've done, clean, is Zoom has. I think they've simplified the system to a degree. I think they were expecting an onrush, and they got it. That's why. But yeah, first time we used it, we struggled on it, and you think nowadays it's a part of everyone's life, really. But like, I've got to take a link. I'm interested about myself here today, because Amanda was on a meeting last night, weren't you, on Facebook Live?
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah. You don't have to talk about your performance. What happened to what you read, Amanda? Tell everybody and Colleen what exactly was interesting like that for you in contrast to
So
Zoom?
it was set up by the event page, and everyone that was performing was made admins so that they could go live through the Facebook event page. But 3 out of 5 of us, when we clicked on it, it didn't do anything, and we had to go on the phones or find some other way to get on.
Yeah.
So I was 8 minutes late, and we all had 25 minutes each. So I was rushing through all my poems because I didn't have time to read them all properly.
It was honestly, it was like it showed you really how when you use some technology, how some's better than others. Like it was like I know you might have already struggled last night on that shit, but if we've done that on Zoom like we're doing tonight now, it's such a smooth system.
Yeah, they'd have to pay the monthly fee, but it's not much, is it, compared to?
For 15 quid a month it cost me.
Yeah,
So.
there's 2 of them running it, because I know there's. Well, I'm not going to name anybody, but there's one that we know of, and then somebody else thanked a different person as well. So there's 2 of them. So they'd both go half on it, wouldn't they?
Yeah, well, I said it's like, but I said it just shows you like technology. What other ones have you used, Colleen, and during lockdown? I know we've used Zoom. What's the other ones you've used? Packages.
I've used Zoom only because all the meetings that I've attended use Zoom. So
Yeah, good.
I then log on to their Zoom meeting.
Oh, that's fair enough then. I think we've mostly done Zoom, but I have been on Teams a couple of times for work with the day job stuff. You had a good one, Amanda, didn't you?
Yeah.
What was the one that kept getting Zoom bombed? Was it bombed you or was it Teams?
That was the Google one. Is it Google Meet or something? It was an author reading, and they playing like this really rubbish music, and there was like 2 or 3 of them, weren't there? And they kept kicking them off, and it must just let you back on again on that one, because they kept coming straight back on and playing it again when the author was trying to do a reading.
Yeah, so it shows you really, like I say, it's just fascinating thing, Colleen, like when you use these sort of packages, how you've got to be so careful if you're doing like events and stuff.
If you kick someone off on Zoom, they can't come back on, can they, unless you let them in?
No. So I mean, like, it's like, you're wondering, Colleen, like the 2 nights I did the IT for, we've not had touch wood, we had no trouble yet, have we?
No.
We had a bit of clashes between the people that are performing, but that happens, people reading. But I said, but have you actually seen what a Zoom bombing can look like yet, Colleen?
Oh, what, sorry?
Do you know what Zoom bombing is?
No.
Right, this is a technical tip for you now then. What Zoom bombing is when somebody actually breaks into your meeting you don't want in there.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I know.
I had the best one that time early on. I was taking part in a creative writing workshop, and somebody took over that, and they were showing prompts and stuff. But then the next thing, this like adult video, shall we call it, came on, and I thought, I hope that's not one of the prompts I've got to write about. And then it was somebody that had taken over the screen sharing or video sharing, whatever it was, and started playing it, and they kicked them out, and I think they somehow managed to get back on again and did it again, and then they got kicked off again then. And I was just so glad that it wasn't one of the prompts that we had to write something on.
I'm so sure you would appreciate that, Colleen, would you?
It reminds me of YouTube, because YouTube's a joke in a way, except when you're doing your poetry and things. Other than that, it's just for news. But they were showing these Zoom meetings. That's how YouTube is so funny. And showing these Zoom meetings, and then 1 or 2 of them, one of the participants forgot to turn off their Zoom button or whatever it is, and she went off to her bedroom. She started like doing her stuff, you know what I mean? And they're going, please, whatever, I can't remember her name. And they're going, someone like, Emma, we can see you, stop it. And they're all laughing their heads off. She did herself.
Whoops. Oh no,
There was a man, there was a meeting, and it got on the news. And he said he thought his camera was switched off, but it's a strange thing to do during your meeting anyway. He started to do something to make himself happy. and his excuse was he thought the camera was off. But it's like, it's not the kind of thing you do during a work meeting anyway, is it?
No. It's, as they say, as caught my brother, it's a sackable offence what he did. That's why. But the point of the meeting today, everybody, was using internet technology for this. Manage it correctly and keep your pants on. So, right, guys, 15 minutes are gone. We'll see you.